everyone. Welcome to the Intuitive Millionaire Coach Show. My name is Ann Deidre, and this is my husband, Dean.
Hello.
And we have Kelly here on the air with us. And I've been coaching Kelly for quite a few weeks now. I average working with one client on the air anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. And so I believe we're at week 5, and we're going to be missing next week. We're going to be doing some traveling, but we'll be back the following week. And we've been coaching Kelly primarily on her relationship. I'm called the Intuitive Millionaire Coach because I use my gift of intuition to help my clients break through with some blocks, make some realizations, and some of the things that are going on in their life. It can be about career, about relationship. I just use my intuitive gift in the best way that I can to help the person that's going through some challenges or wants to make some changes in their life, primarily. So Kelly, tell me about, and tell everyone what's been going on since we talked last. I know you're in my inner circle, so I have a little bit of information. But last time, why don't you fill me in what happened to you last week when we talked, and what kind of changes you were able to make after that?
Okay. Well, so last, I guess we talked Thursday, and then I guess it was Thursday night. Adam and I were texting back and forth in a bit more of a risque way that I preferred for knowing he doesn't want to be in a relationship. So the next day at work, I told him that we couldn't do that anymore.
Wow.
Because of that reason. So, which was something I have never done that with a guy before.
That's
for some
huge.
reason I always, because I usually, I don't know, I guess I don't put parameters around stuff like that, which I know I should, but this is the first time I actually followed through with how I was feeling and said, we can't do that. So
Because
said,
you saw, just to interrupt, we discussed this at length last week, how he was getting the benefit of everything he wanted in a relationship except an actual relationship, because he refuses to call it such. And that really sunk in, and you really realized that the word unfair kept coming up, that it was nothing in it for you and everything in it for him. And so that was just less appealing, and you just said, okay, so when you come from that place of strength, again, I'm sure he didn't react, in the best case scenario, I'm sure. But okay, so I just wanted to kind of fill everybody in with what we talked about a little bit. Okay, so go on, and so what happened after that?
So he agreed, or he said he agreed, except then he didn't talk to me the rest of the day, and I didn't hear from him all weekend, and so I was pretty anxious then to see him, and then he was sick for a couple days.
God. So you're tortured,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so
but
finally
okay.
I saw him yesterday.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, so go on.
Yeah, so I saw him yesterday, and he's still sick, so I saw him for a little bit, but everything was fine. He was talking to me like, we were talking like friends or whatever, and chatting and stuff like that. So, so I don't know. It's been, I guess I can't help but get excited just because I like his company. I like talking to him, and so I get excited. But then he walks, he goes away and stuff, and then it like kind of hits me. It's like, well, why still am I talking to him and going along with his flirtations and his happy attitude towards us talking together, but then like there's nothing else. It's like that's all I get is like the 5 minutes at work and the text message here and there.
Yeah, and it's Friday night tomorrow, and you don't know if it's not even a date. You hang out.
Right. So I don't know.
Well, how about that conversation that I mentioned I think last week, to bring up something like really gently, that to give it a trial run to see if, because inevitably you were interested in a relationship. That may be a good good time to do that now. You shut him off a little bit from your former communication, and he's had a chance to think about whether he misses it or not, or that kind of thing, right?
the right. Yes, absolutely. But I don't. I mean, and you know, and I ran away from our call last week thinking about that, and then for some reason ended up putting up boundaries, and I can't. And this is, and I don't know if this is me and my fear or what it is, because I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. Part of me wants him to come to me. Like, part of me wants him to do the work to figure it out on his own. You know, so I don't know.
I hear you. I just think, like we talked about another time, that what you're doing is going to produce, everything we do produces a result or consequence. If you know, they say even if you do nothing, there's something that for every action or lack of action there is a reaction, and so inevitably, whether you have this conversation or not, he could, you know, things are just kind of roll along. However, there was just something that came up to in your back of your mind to think, I'm going to give this. How long are you willing to give this if he doesn't come up with it himself? 6 months, a year, 5 years? I think getting more clear about that's going to make you feel less powerless.
I guess I was thinking more towards the summertime. I know it was in August before, which kind of seems far away. I don't think I can put up with this for that long. So, I mean, I'm almost thinking like closer to my birthday, which is in May.
You need a birthday date for sure.
Yeah, I'm turning 30. Come on. Big year.
Do you want to share with us the year?
What's that?
You want to share with us the year?
Oh, yeah, I'm turning 30 this year, so it's a big...
Oh, my gosh, that is such a big year. I remember that.
Yeah.
I chopped all my hair off and dyed it a different color. It
really?
freaked out. Yep.
Yeah.
And 40 was a picnic, let me tell you. 30 was hard. Gosh, you know, going through all the crazy 20s and 30, a lot of things start to happen. Now, how old is he? Because there's timelines.
He's the same age as me.
I gotta tell you, I do believe. Actually, I don't think I said my prayer first, so we all don't want to hear my opinion. I'm sure. Hold on. I always say, as good as it is, I'm going to call on your higher divine self, my higher divine self. I'm going to invite the hierarchy of light to be with us. I'm going to ask for the highest good to come through, highest and best thing you ever imagine. Thank you, protected space, a clear and pure channel for Kelly today while we share. Thank you, God. Amen. And he's never been married before?
No. I don't think he's ever lived with a girl even.
Has he ever mentioned that he does or doesn't ever want to get married?
No. I'm under the impression that he's never said that he doesn't. I think one time he said that he probably would be married by now if he wasn't so sensitive. But
He
that's
said
really the
that?
only thing he said.
He said
Yeah.
that? Wow. All right, let me tune in. Hold on. Sensitive, and it is such a big deal that I don't think he wants to fail at it. Is he fairly accomplished in his? What does he do at the job with you? What does he do for work?
He's a surgical tech, so he's in the surgeries in the OR.
Precise. Okay, so fairly perfectionistic work, I would think. You don't want to mess up as a surgical tech.
Right.
Right? Okay. Oops. Sorry. Okay, I got something around the perfectionist, so another thing, it's almost like he's got to see what the advantage, because I'm not sure he's seeing a lot of advantages. He needs to be motivated. I don't get that he's not motivated to, and you're just going along for the ride, really, and that's just not,
right.
I mean, I'm just feeling this energy, and I mean, they showed me some feet dragging, is he almost like a little kid too? Does he play video games or anything like that, or
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know how often, but yes. He does.
But like the big kid grown up that's still a kid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he has roommates, like he lives with roommates, they go out all the time. I mean, for being almost 30,
He's not acting it.
there are some things around, like, because when I first started knowing who he was at work, I assumed he was a lot younger than he is.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get to know him, you realize he's not. He doesn't always act like that. But yeah.
Well, he's very smart, but I feel like this. Gosh, Kelly, I got to ask you this question. I'm hesitant to think that he's what you're looking for. I feel like you've got a child, may have more children. You know how it is when you have a child. I have two. You need to say things like, okay, it's time to tie your shoes, or it's time to do this, and dinner's in 10 minutes. And you know how as moms always kind of prompting and moving along the children through the day, through their lives. This is starting to ring any bells?
Yeah.
I know. This is getting to be less attractive all of a sudden. A big grown-up kid instead of a little. He's not getting a self-starter. It may be accomplished at work, but a self-starter in the motivation department. That to me feels childlike, because you know how children would probably just sit on the couch and play video games all day. If you brought them their TV dinner, they're perfectly happy. Why do they have to get up and wash their hands or brush their teeth, for that matter?
Yeah.
I know. I'm like getting it too. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. Shoot. Dean, were you like that? Dean's not like that. I'll call Dean and he'll have a day off, or if I don't, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm working. He's doing laundry. He's doing, I don't know. I didn't marry a big kid, really. I mean, Dean's got a really good sense of humor. We have a lot of fun together, but that would really weigh on me.
At 30, I was playing videos.
At 30, you was playing videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I had video games with my kids, Dean's like, what are you getting? You know, and I was like, oh, no. I'm not going to have three of you sitting on the couch with their remotes while I'm whatever, yeah, so.
I tried.
But I think you get the picture. Yeah, you lost interest, though, yeah.
I didn't
Dean's really
anymore.
grown up. You really have grown up and matured.
Yep.
Under my tutelage. No, I'm just kidding. No, but that's what I'm saying, Kelly. It's like when you have children, and he doesn't have any children.
No.
And you know how much you grew up once you had children? You?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So we're not judging it, saying anything of it, but you are coming from a completely different place. I'm just seeing this picture because I was asking, where's Kelly at and where's he at? And I kept feeling this impression of, you know, like, oh, come on, get your jacket on. Don't forget your mittens. Don't forget your hat. Okay, it's snowing out. What shoes are you wearing? Right? And that's what came to me when you said, I'm waiting for him to ask you. And I was like, oh, God, do we have to bring this up for Kelly? Because it's like, do you think what child is going to come to you and say, Mom, I'm going to unless you really train them well, which is possible. But says, Mom, I know dinner's in 10 minutes. I'm going to go wash my hands right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure my kids have done that. Does yours do that? Mom, I just thought of this myself. I know that, just that forethought and to think it's just something that's included in maturity, I guess. I mean, I have a 16-year-old and a 13